Hi, this is Michael Forman. I'm the founder of Pure Love Sustainability Inc. in Boise, Idaho. Have you ever had a crazy idea that what you know would make a difference in your community and yet had no idea where, how, when, or if you would even be able to make it happen? Welcome to my story. In 2012, this is the story of how I started Pure Love Organic Farms. One night, my best friend Pedro and I were coming home from a night out in Manhattan. Don't even remember what we were doing. I used to live in New York City prior to moving to Boise about 2.5 years ago, and we were talking about one of our friends who had some health issues in the process. We were very concerned about his health issues, and really just wanted to be able to make a difference for him. We had just both become vegan, and we were helping other friends and other people with their health issues and helping them live healthier lives. We just felt like we could not at all make any difference with him nor his group of friends. So we just started thinking to ourselves in this conversation of how can we help our friend on the way home from a night out in Manhattan. And we just had we were really talking about all the different opportunities and things we can do. And we kind of realized that we wanted to show our friend that you can make a positive difference in the world and put all of your time and energy into something that really helps people. After about a couple of minutes of silence, because we had no idea how we were going to do this or what we were even going to do, I turned to my best friend Pedro and say, "Hey, crazy idea. Just hear me out on this one. Let's start a farm." And we ran with it. And we had no idea how to start a farm. We had no land. We had never actually planted anything between the two of us ever in our lives. And yet, we were starting an organic farm. About 3 months later, Pedro was going to be meeting me at my place for lunch. He was running a little late. He texted me, "Hey, I'm going to be about 20 minutes late." So I went out in the neighborhood I lived in and ended up running into this open piece of land that I never ever noticed before. And I just decided to start digging. I literally told myself, "This is it." Took my hand and started digging in the soil. Within about 2 minutes of digging, I ran right into garbage. And dug another hole, ran right into garbage, dug another hole, ran right into garbage very, very quickly. I invited Pedro to come meet me here. We met each other and we just started digging some more. We kept on coming back over and over and over and over again to dig up the soil and hopefully build out this organic farm that we talked about. Thankfully, our community got involved because we really had no idea what we were doing. And two of our friends who we grew up with had a permaculture design background, and we started using techniques to help restore the health of the soil, composting, opening up air pockets, removing all the garbage and things that were buried in the soil. And eventually we learned that the site had been an illegal garbage dump for 40 plus years. We ended up removing, I kid you not, probably 500 pounds of asphalt, concrete, bricks, car parts, you name it, from the soil. And within about 3 months of building a compost pile and doing all this work, we actually had healthy, normal looking soil. We were shocked. We went about deciding on planting a few things, and we planted them, and they grew. We ended up running an organic flower farm for 3.5 years in New York City. And we had three major focal points of our farm. One, to build something that our community would enjoy. Two, to create a community composting site that would take food scraps from anyone in the community who wanted to donate them and turn them into compost and help reduce our food waste, reduce the food waste that was going to landfill in our neighborhood. And three, to build out this flower farm and get our community involved and have them participate in the design and the planning and the work of the farm. And it's really interesting when you talk about why this is all important, right? We estimate that over our 3.5 years of the farm, we were really focused on, doing the right thing for the planet. We estimate that in our 3.5 years of the farm, we were able to store 30 tons of CO2 in our soil and generate 3 cubic tons of compost at our time in the farm, which has a huge, huge impact on all the emissions that are going up into the atmosphere. I know it's really cliche, and you've probably heard this a ton of times, but we learned that if you build it, they will come. And they did come. We were collecting food scraps on a weekly basis from a neighborhood CSA drop-off site, And our food scrap can ended up being filled every 2 days with brand new food scraps. It's a massive 50-gallon trash can. We had more than a dozen people volunteering with us on our community work days at almost every single work day for about our first 2 years. And we turned an illegal garbage dump site into a working, vibrant, lively, urban organic farm in 6 months. It was astronomical, the results that we produced. And then word started to spread about our organic farm. We had our Facebook page, but people were talking. And our farm was featured in our local newspaper, had real estate ads, which is a surprising result. We're advertising an organic farm minutes away as part of the reasons why you should buy the home that they were trying to sell. And we were invited to present in front of our local council. And this presentation was what legitimized the farm with our community and allowed us to work it freely. And our local police department even visited the farm and gave us their approval, which is pretty darn cool. I know obviously with coronavirus situation happening that you can't really hold community work days and can't hold food scrap collection days at a CSA drop-off site. Not really viable right now, but you can set up on your own time like a work day schedule with clear tasks that people in your community can commit to doing on their own time on either a weekly or bi-weekly basis. You can also request that community sites that want to collect and contribute food waste either leave it out in front of their sites or drop the food waste off themselves in designated food waste collection bins. So, while we built our farm and it was exciting, and we ran it for the period that we had it, there's nothing special about what we did. We just had a vision and we stuck to it. And this is one of the coolest things about this challenge, the International Climate Action Challenge that I am a mentor for. We went from having a garbage-thrown piece of land to having soil that was teeming with life in less than 90 days. And this involved less than 5 hours a week of total time from our team. And the coolest thing here is you can have a mentor like myself or somebody completely different, whatever works for you, hold you accountable to your goal or goals for your project. They can teach you how to quickly get a project off the ground. They can teach you valuable skills for how to succeed in your project. I know myself, right? I had this amazing farm project and we had a community composting site. My journey doesn't end there. Right now, I live in Boise, Idaho now. I currently lead a massive energy efficiency program for a large power utility here in the Pacific Northwest. And I also had very little background in the energy efficiency arena before starting this project. So mentors like myself can really help you gain the skills that you need to make your project successful. And personally, I do offer training and mentoring services on the side as well to anybody who is looking for them to help you start a sustainability-focused project, an energy efficiency-focused project, and or a food waste reduction project. We definitely use a lot of food waste at our time in the farm from getting out to the landfill in our community. And sometimes a crazy conversation and some crazy reactions can lead you to start a movement and find a passion that you didn't know you had and are so glad that you have now. I personally decided to be a mentor for the International Climate Action Challenge to help you develop successful sustainability projects that make a notable difference in reducing carbon emissions, building a community and or communities that are committed to sustainability, and taking climate action. I'm here to help you succeed at your climate action project as we need as many people taking actions as possible to reverse the effects of climate change as we can get. So if you're starting a project that has big goals, a big vision, and are looking to make a big difference, I feel I might be the perfect mentor for you as my 9+ years of sustainability background and work and ability to build projects from nothing to something in quick succession can help guide you to success. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Michael Forman with Pure Love Sustainability Inc. And I look forward to having you be one of my mentees for this challenge if you choose to do so.